Everybody, thank you for having us. I am the Antoinette Roger-Sorton. I'm an occupational therapist. That is my colleague, Emma Samuel, and we are from Enable Holistic Occupational Therapy, and today we'll be talking about employee wellness from occupational therapists' point of view. There we go. All right. Now, I want to just quickly and poorly define occupational health, as Dr. 𝗗'𝗂𝗂 just did a wonderful job, just to sort of decipher between occupational therapy and occupational health. So occupational health is focused on promoting and maintaining the health and safety of workers in the workplace. Again, I said poorly, I apologize, Dr. 𝗗'𝗂𝗂. But I highlight the work in there to show that for occupational health is strictly about work. Right? Whereas for occupational therapy, it means a little more, but I'll explain that. So in occupational therapy, we look at people across the lifespan, so from birth to death. Literally anyone with anything, regardless of any injury, any illness, any disease at all. Once it has stopped you from functioning, or your job, and there's a problem there, our job is to problem solve to get you back to functioning as much as possible. And the term in occupational therapy, the occupations, it actually means anything that is meaningful to you. So anything that you want to do, that is what occupations mean to us. So yes, it can include work, but it doesn't necessarily have to. So for example, if you want to shave, but you have no arms, our job is to problem solve to get you to shave, for example. So that would be your occupation. And besides work, there are things such as leisure, I don't know if you guys have heard of that, and self-care as well, but we'll get more into that later. Okay, so now we're going to talk about two things, ergonomics and wellness. Now, with these two terms, it's sort of a juxtaposition, it's sort of an oxymoron because of their ultimate aims. And I would like you to think about that statement as I go through my points, because these two can butt heads at times. So ergonomics is the study of people in their workplace and the process in which workplaces, products, and systems are designed or rearranged to fit the people who use them. The aim is to improve workspaces and environments to reduce the risk of injury and increase work productivity and performance. Notice how many times I've highlighted and it mentions work, because with ergonomics, it's all about work and only work. Getting you fit into the workplace, in some cases, for some employers, by any means necessary. Now, if you are triggered by that statement, then I'm very glad, because ergonomics doesn't always mean wellness. And if you're not triggered, we can have a quiet conversation in the back, because these things may go into there. Now, in contrast, wellness means overall well-being. It incorporates mental, emotional, physical, occupational, that means work, intellectual and spiritual aspects of a person's life. We're talking holistic integration, of fueling the body, of engaging the mind, and of nurturing the soul, the spirit. Practicing healthy habits on a daily basis so that you're not just surviving, you're not just managing, you're thriving, you're actually thriving. If I hear managing one more time, we have to start thriving. Each aspect of wellness can affect overall quality of life, so it's important to consider all areas. It mentions work once. There must be a balance. And do you see how ergonomics now and wellness can clash at times? Now, fortunately, occupational therapists, by nature, are holistic. We are a very holistic, person-centered profession. So we at Enable, we use this model for anybody from a toddler with autism to an elderly person with terminal cancer. This is the model that we use. These are the lens that we look through to assess every and any single person that's coming in. So no one person is coming to us with just one condition. So if you had a stroke, I don't only suspect, and you come for me, for example, for hand therapy, I don't suspect I'm going to start on you one time. It might be lots of sessions down the line where I have to look at your mental, I have to look at your quality of life, I have to look at your carers that you're dealing, I have to care for you, I have to look at all of that before I even get to your arm. But it is important, and I implore all healthcare professionals to use this type of model where it's looking at everybody. And while technology will start to increase from the environment, and even more on the physical part, we implore everyone to always consider the person first. The person must be first, and then the technology in the back. Everything is impacting that person. So we look at the person environment, and the occupation. And for the person, we consider the physiological, the cognitive, the spiritual, and I highlight spiritual for this one because we tend to forget, especially on Sint Maarten. Some people, that's all they have, just a spiritual. And if you never ask the question, you will never know that that's all they're hanging on. So it's very important to highlight that one. And then we have neurobehavioral and psychological. And then as you can see, the environment is equally as big and plays an equally big impact on that person and what they want to do. So we look at the social support, who's helping, the social and economic systems, can they afford? Because I'm saying all this lovely stuff, they need again, can you afford? Can they afford the food? We talk about, yes, can they afford it? The cultural values is already brought up. We have to always consider the cultural values of these people. The built environment and the technology, which you'll see, I'll talk about a little later. And then of course, the natural environment. Dr. Dory did a wonderful presentation yesterday on climate change because it is very real. And not only do we have hurricanes, we have earthquakes, we are surrounded by volcanoes, we have potential tsunamis that everybody's already told her about, but it's very real because we're still living with PTSD from Irma, whether you like it or not. My kids, the kids, everybody's on high alert. Oh, storm is off of Africa, storm is off, everybody's on high alert. It is very important that we consider this because this is what's impacting on everybody. Alrighty. And then in the middle, to get the performance as big as possible to ensure the well-being of the person. Now, what is the role of technology? The upside. So, we have using assistive technology in a work environment can support employees with and without conditions to achieve their full potential. The assistive technology tools such as software, hardware, workspace adaptations, vehicle modifications can make work easier, more comfortable, and more accessible for employees. The assistive technology boosts confidence, independence, and accessibility. It empowers communication. It produces higher employee productivity and hybrid work life. So for number 5, it's an increase in output from your employees, that part. And for 6, the hybrid technology allows for the remote working option, which Dr. Sipa pointed out just now. However, I usually recommend, this is what I usually recommend. I don't usually recommend full-on remote working. I recommend hybrid because you want to make sure that you are in and out of work as well, a few days out to change that up as well. Let's look at some hardware that we have. So we have the first 3 here, which is very familiar because this is the technology that we have now in Sint Maarten. So we have the ergonomic chairs, we have the height adjustable desks, and we have the ergonomic mouse and keyboard. Now these, I give out like bread, basically, every week, because every week someone's coming, every week there's a back or an arm or carpal tunnel or something. This is constant, and this is what I'm giving out all the time. Now, for the height adjustable desk, I recommend for big companies, instead of always only purchasing for that one specific client that needs it, if they can have, especially if you have multiple layers, if you can have maybe 3 or 4 per level, then they can sign up from their desk, walk, which is not bad actually, to the adjusted desk and the height, sign in, and they can continue to work from there. Instead of literally every Tom, Dick, and Harry getting one of these desks for their areas. So that saves you a lot of money, and you're being proactive with anybody that will probably, because when they see one, they're going to see it. Hey, but I want one too, because my back is really hurt, and here's my doctor's report. Yes, I understand. It would be best, honestly, if anybody had it. I went to the best islands, the Statia, and I went there, and everybody had. I had adjustable desk. I said, wow, I guess this is what it looks like. Yeah. But it is very important. Everybody should have one. You should be adjusting at all times. So that's one key of solving that cost. Whereas if they can have just a few on each level, then you won't have to buy it for everybody. They can just already start to adjust themselves. And then we have a zero gravity chair. Yes, this has been requested already on Sint Maarten, believe it or not. Now, yes, this, again, technology, this is what we're getting at. I have very big problems with this, very, very big problems. Again, it has been requested on Sint Maarten, so we're not too far. No, we don't. No, not a thing anyway. And then you have, of course, technology in surgery, just to name a few of the hardware that's right now, presently. Okay, and then for software, We have the text-to-speech for those that are unable to read. We have the voice command software, so that's the opposite, so speech-to-text for those unable to write. Maybe have fine motor or cognitive conditions. We have the Bluetooth hearing aids. Now I'm aware this is hardware, but I wanted to highlight the Bluetooth aspect of it. So it's not just hearing aids, but it's actually Bluetooth that you can pick up a song or if you want, whatever. Then we have the screen enlargement software for anybody who's visually impaired, and the color detection software that highlights colors on the screen for those that may be colorblind. Now we look to the future. Yes, the future, but these are available overseas. And these are the things I want you to think about because they can very highly be on Sint Maarten very soon. The first one we have, I don't know if you can see it clearly. This is an exoskeleton, an exosuit. Ms. Prophet, in your presentation, you showed an exoskeleton of somebody with mobility. That is on another level. I'm all for that. This, I'm very concerned about. So it's a wearable device that augments, enables, and assists and enhances the motion, posture, and physical activity through mechanical interaction with the body. Okay, now I just want to be clear. I don't know if you can see this picture clear. This gentleman is picking up a pallet. Forklifts do that now. Do you understand? He is picking up a pallet and taking it somewhere where a forklift does that job right now. So my head is going, why do we need to carry a pallet if a forklift is doing it? Right? It's a lot. I mean, already if you have the high-low desks and chairs and you have your back aches, what do you think we're going to get with this now? Where we're picking up pallets? So this is what is coming. This is what is coming. So we have to be very ready for it. The next one is a wearable sensor technology that everybody's been speaking about as well. So it tracks movement, it provides feedback, and there's even the neurotechnology sensors that can pick up mental activity and cognitive performance such as stress and focus attention for your employees as well. So you can help to track that, and I'm all for that. For example, that's good. Everybody can keep in touch and keep track. Then we have computer vision, which is a field of artificial intelligence that enables computers and systems to derive meaningful information from digital images, videos, and other visual inputs, and take action based on those inputs. Then we have virtual and augmented reality, and these virtual reality fully immerses the person in it, whereas the augmented reality overlays the digital information. So I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with American football. So when you have the line on the field, that's not actually there. That's augmented reality, and they draw the line closer as you get closer to the end zone. So that's augmented reality, for example, how it's being used already. Oh, yes, and then there's also advanced analytics, which I did mention. But some big companies like Toyota, Walmart, and NFL, and of course the armies, are using that technology for now. We'll see. The downside, in case you have already heard of my tone, higher loneliness rates for remote workers. Now, people need connection, and if anything we saw during COVID is the mental health spike because everybody was alone. And this is why I recommend hybrid work styles and more complete remote work styles to ensure that they come in a few times a week and not just stay at home. And then while we're inside of our workplaces, we need to connect with each other as well. We need to check in how everybody's doing, because not everybody's doing good. Not everybody's doing good at all. We need to find that balance. We need wellness. Wellness is holistic. We need to find that balance. The inability for employees to unplug after work. There is such a thing as unplugging after work. Okay? Just in case you didn't know. You don't have to be working 24/7. There's strong work-life balance is needed for employee productivity, satisfaction, and mental health. But I do have a secret that not a lot of people know, especially people in this room. So are you listening? There is life outside of work. I don't know if you realize that, but there are things to do. You have family, friends, hobbies. Get out there, unplug. You don't have to answer the phone. Not now. You don't have to respond to that email. Not right away. You can do other things other than work. And that's where we're getting at. It's just more and more and more. Poor mental health. There's an increase in anxiety because now you have to meet more deadlines, because when technology is there, the capabilities increase. There's a lot more that you can do now, so you have to fit it in. everything. So there's way more deadlines. So there's really anxiety, I have no life, there's depression, and you're stuck indoors, there's no access to nature, there's no grounding, no mind, body, spirit, like I mentioned before, that's gone. There's no wellness there because technology has come in. It's like, hey, I can do it. Yeah, but you're a computer. I'm not a computer. Yeah, but you can do it because I'm here. And it just keeps having that effect. Poor physical health. No person is designed to work for 4 hours straight in sitting or standing. Now, I'm going to make it clear. I did say 4. 8 is not a type. I never mentioned 8. And then I've been hearing back from my poor table mate. She goes more than 8. I'm not even going to address that at all. Because I always recommend that even within this 4 hours, every 20 minutes to move, to get up, to do something. Do not sit straight through. I know I hear it all the time, you know. I gotta keep going. I'm in it. No, get up, go to the bathroom, get some water, have a chat with somebody, do something, do an exercise. Remember that you drive to work sitting. You sit down for the 8 plus hours at work. Then you drive back home. It's all technology, right? Makes cars. Right? So here we go. You drive back home. You get home, and for some of you, you sit at a desk to continue work, because we have service now at home. Technology. So you're sitting even longer, and then now you sit to have dinner. And then finally, you know, get a little stand in here and there, a little lie down, and then you're back at it again. So this all adds up to sitting. It's not just the hours at work. You are sitting so long, and as Dr. 𝗗'𝗁𝗁 said, sitting is new smoking. I think that's absolutely brilliant. It is terrible for you. It is absolutely terrible for you. We need to be doing things. We need to get up. We need to do more. We need to keep moving. The research has actually thrown out the chairs and the desks, the height adjustables and the ergonomics. All they say now is just move, get up, move. Because there's nothing that they have there that's going to help you. You just have to move. So I can hear you. I say, no, but I'm in the middle of a report. The meeting went long, and I can't. I do have my app, you know, and it tells me, it reminds me to get up to drink my water, but I block it off and I go back. Technology is actually trying to help you in this case, and you're shutting it out, you're overriding it. To say, no, we don't need it. So while technology and ergonomics have come so far and are helping people with or without conditions, they're also keeping you more and more at work. And they're designed to keep you more and more engaged in your tasks. Their aim is to increase productivity. Sounds very robotic, right? That's more strain on your physical, your mental, and your cognitive health. That's not wellness, that's not thriving, and that's barely surviving. You're ultimately working yourself to disability, and maybe death. So, yeah, I know it. Miss Lisa from Magical. No pretty pictures here. No pretty pictures. So, I wanted to show this picture, just to show you how your spine is moving just quickly. So if you can imagine an Oreo, and you squeeze it down, that's what's happening during the day. But you guys are wiggling, moving around, and getting your bag and up and down while sitting. And these are the awkward positions that causes the hardness, that causes everything that's happening. You're weakening all of this because you're not moving, you're not strengthening anything. All you're doing is sitting. But you expect your spine to keep up with you. Impossible. And then just a quick picture here to show why they say standing is better than sitting. So the pressure from gravity, the best thing to do is lie flat on your back. That's the least amount of pressure from gravity. As you can see there, let me point it out here, standing is pretty good, and then as you start to hunch and get these very awkward positions, especially this one where I see all the time, even if you have an ergonomic chair, unfortunately, this is the worst. This is the worst on your spine, where sitting is here and standing is there. So if you have to choose, stand, but at the end of the day, move. Just keep moving. So this is the answer. Moderation. It has come up a lot because there is something to it. If you're going for more than 4 hours, much less more than 8, I'm not even going to talk about more than that. Dial it back. Regardless of any technology you have in place, the work will be there tomorrow. You might not be. When your body says to stop, it will stop. I can guarantee that, and I can guarantee actually that it's probably giving you signs right now. So while the robots and the technology are going, and it's expected to do it, you cannot. And I can hear you saying, "No, I'm good, I feel okay." Yeah, but I have, unfortunately, a few deceased clients that thought they were going to come back for a report or to finish up a meeting next week, and they're not here to tell you. But let's not go so morbid as death. And there are other things like hypertension, stress, strokes, heart attacks, stent insertions, hernias, anxiety, depression, all of that impacts to get to death, which I'm pretty sure is not too unfamiliar in this room right now. And your body is trying to give you that sign. So while I may have met with you to improve your workstation, 6 months later, I'm now meeting you to improve your mental health, to improve your hemiplegic arm because you've had a stroke, or to completely redo your entire home because you cannot work anymore. So what's the point? We have to be very careful. Find that work-life balance, take that break, take that time off, and if you do have to be busy, move. This is the preventative care steps. Moderation, find a work-life balance, move. These are for what we have on Sint Maarten with the technology we have, even with the high-low desks and all the chairs, still move. I commend the White Yellow Cross very much for their initiative, and I applaud everybody to do that. Before, after work, during, move. Check in with each other. Check up on each other, because that is the way forward. Pace yourself, find your work-life balance. But for the future, in an AI-powered workplace, preventative care requires a human-centric design. Human-centric design plays a pivotal role in creating happier, healthier, and more engaged employees. By considering the physical, emotional, and professional needs of individuals, organizations can foster a sense of purpose and inclusivity. Human-centric designs keeps the wellness aspect of focus while the AI ergonomics are being developed, not to lose that human aspect. It ensures the employees are valued, respected, and not isolated in an AI-driven environment. It also builds trust, credibility, leading to improved business performance and higher job retention rates with lower levels of fatigue. This human-centric design enables organizations to proactively manage employee well-being, enhance safety, and create better work environments. Organizations can leverage technology to improve workplace well-being by enhancing communication, supporting work-life balance, and improving employee engagement. From online communication tools to stress management apps, technology can play a significant role in fostering that well-being environment. And in an AI workplace, it is important to retain autonomy and agency for employees in that AI program. Human-centered designs ensures inclusivity, diversity, addressing the unique challenges faced across the cultural context. And remember, the future is in our hands, and AI is going to come. But it's important for you to be responsible with a focused employee well-being and betterment for the society. Now, I would not be a paramedic, and they would probably have my head if I didn't tell you guys, it's been about 15 minutes, it's time to move. So, it's been about an hour actually. It's been a long time since you've gotten to move. So right now, we're gonna ask everybody, my colleague here is gonna lead you in some exercises that you can do. This you can do at work, you can do at your desk, even though I advise you to stand up to do that. You don't need to roll out a yoga mat. You need to do all that. It would be great if your employer allows it. But you can just do these, and it's one step at a time to make sure that you keep moving. All right?
Yes. So,
everybody ready?
Yeah, so why don't we all follow suit here?
Yes. Everybody.
I'm going to start walking over here.
Yes. You can make sure you're seated.
I've been standing for 4 hours.
Standing or sitting, if you can balance, great.
well, ironically enough, we will start seated. So we're gonna all start by first crossing our arms across our chest, one seated straight up. And then we're gonna start to the right. We're gonna turn for 5 seconds and hold. Okay, to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now turn to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna interlock our fingers and place it behind our head. And the idea is to squeeze your shoulder blades together. So imagine there's something there, and we're gonna hold that for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Following. We're gonna now kind of alleviate the pressure off of the spine, and the aim is to lay your head on your lap. So you're gonna lean over.
Yes.
Yeah, you want that? You have to go on my lap.
Yeah, we go all the way up.
Every other side, good.
As far as you can.
Touch the
Okay,
floor.
are you
We're
gonna push
hold
my
for
hand?
10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Love the
You guys
participation
did good.
there. Nice.
Start now. And if you can do this independently. If not, you can also hold a chair for support. Starting with our right ankle, we're going to lift our leg, and we're going to rotate it clockwise 5 times, anti-clockwise 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, anti-clockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same for the left leg, left ankle, clockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, anti, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last but not least, we're gonna start with the knees slightly bent. We're gonna go arms out to the side and palms facing up, put them together. And we're gonna look up and hold for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Amen.
Thank you,
Good
guys.
job, everybody. Thank you for participating.